Hello, everybody. My name's Mark. This Catfish and Crappie. Say hello to Art. What's going on, Art?
What's up, Mark? How are you? How's it going on, everybody?
Doing good, doing good. Hold on a second here. We're going to look and see who's out here in chat. Looks like we got a few people out there. I kind of like going in and getting my list here. I should have been a little more prepared. I see Avid's in the house. What's going on, Avid? How you doing, buddy? I see Catfish Weekly. Hello, Mr. Lyle. How are you, sir? Fishing with the Chad. Chad's out there as always. James Dockery fishing. What's going on, James? J Dog. Jason Blackburn. What's up? Jason Lamb. Good guy right there. LG Bass. What's up, Tom? Lynn Leeper. What's up, Lynn? Lynn in the chat. Holler out. Is that you with Leeper Logistics and Leeper and those few names that we saw out there? Just verify that it is you, because I think we're all assuming it is. We have Mike's Outdoors and Adventures. Mo Creek Fishing. What's going on, Rob? Mr. Gabbard Fishing. Muskrat Adventures. We got the usual suspects out there. Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking out the show. I see Norm, Catfish Headhunters. Norm's got a new logo. Did you see his new logo, Art?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, looking good. I wonder where he's getting those from, if he's doing them himself. I see Sean Abney out there as well. I think I got everybody so far. We're at a little kind of quick start today. I've been running around the house. How's your day been going, Art?
Pretty good. A little bit of wet snow in North Carolina, but that's just from where I was at work. But it's raining again here in Virginia.
So Virginia, that's where the One Ton Fishing Club's at? Or are you guys spread out that part of the country?
No, we all live in the same county.
Yeah?
Yeah, we all go to church together.
Nice. See, hold on, I missed him. Joe Buck came in. I missed Maurice Kaysen. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Maurice?
There was somebody else. Lord Dufour. What's up, Mr. Dufour? How are you? Mad Cat or Catfishing? Fishing with Dom. Dom's a past guest on the show. What's going on, Dom? Dom was sending me pictures. You know, funny that you were showing me your bait tank earlier. He was sending me pictures of his new bait tank that he's just setting up. So
cool.
Good for him. Let's see who else is going on here. Mexicat Fishing. Everybody's kind of scrolling by. All right. So how are you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you guys got planned for? What do you guys got planned for the weekend? What's the One Ton Fishing Club doing? You guys going to go out and do some fishing?
We probably not. I know I can. I got to work tomorrow morning, so.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be on call, and this weather's been kind of crappy.
Cool.
No pun intended.
Well, weather is what weather is, right?
Oh yeah.
Fish don't know if it's raining or snowing or whatever, but if you can't get out and get after them, it's kind of hard to do so. Let's see if we got anybody else in chat here. We don't. All right, you said Jared was going to come by and join us, correct?
Yeah, he said he was going to hop on. He might be a little late, so
cool.
Cool to see him.
So we'll have a couple of the one-tonners here. Tell me a little bit about One Ton Fishing Club. I know there's a lot of people that already know you, but for those that don't, let's make sure everybody knows.
So just in general, or?
Yeah, like who is it? How many of you are? How you guys got started? We can start with the simple stuff.
Yeah, so there's four of us. It's myself, Josh, Kyle, and Jared, and we all go to church together. And I think me and Josh started hanging out and fishing, and then we started talking to Jared one day after church, and he's like, "Oh man, I love catfishing." We started a Facebook group and just chatted back and forth about fishing, and we started going. And I think it was Jared. We were sitting there fishing one afternoon, and he's like, "Dude, we just need to start a YouTube channel because we just have fun. We fish. We don't take it that serious. We cut up." Just make it fun, just enjoy our escape from reality for that little bit of window that we get. So Josh pulled the trigger. He started setting up the accounts, and the next thing you know, we had YouTube. And then Kyle started coming to our church later on, and I noticed one day he was a suggested friend of mine on Facebook, and I'm looking, and I saw the double circle hooks on the back of his truck window in one of his pictures. I'm like, "Dude, do you catfish?" He's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Dude, you got to come out with us." So we invited him out, and that's how the 1-ton fishing club started. Now, we didn't have that name at first, but we later changed it to 1-ton fishing club. It was fishing and farts at first, but we're like, if people are gonna take us serious, we got to change the name to something more legit.
Hey, a hook like that might take off on YouTube. You never know.
Eh.
It might not go over too well at church, but while you're fishing, it's very acceptable, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we had one person, he was a subscriber, like tagging certain parts of the video where he thought we had passed gas, and he was like encouraging it. He's like, "We want more farts." It got weird really quick.
That happens every now and then. I kind of noticed that in a couple of people's videos every now and then. One of them happens to be here in chat. I won't mention any names. We did have a couple other people come into chat. I want to make sure I say hello to. I see Skip Stewart. Skip, welcome. Two Old Vets, what's going on? Michael Morello, how you doing, Michael? Finseeker TV, say hello to Dinks. River Whiskers, Roger, Muskrat Adventures. I think I did say hello to him, but I want to make sure I didn't forget. If I'm forgetting somebody and I do notice your name during the chat, I will stop and say hello. River Whiskers. I did notice in a couple of your videos, Art, that you had our very own LG Bass on there.
Yeah. We met LG in chat. Like, I think one night it was either myself or Josh. We stumbled upon Catfish Weekly. I think it was because I think Dieter was the guest, and I had been like watching Dieter's videos a lot, and so it came up as a suggested video, and it was a live show. I go in, I start typing some stuff in, and they're reading it, and they're like, "Hey, 1-ton fishing club," and I was like, I took a screen record, I sent it to the group. I'm like, dude, they just said our name on a live YouTube show. How cool is that? So then we all started hopping in chats and stuff, and the rest is history with meeting the catfish community. Because we've been doing it on January 11th. It'll be like officially our 1 year on YouTube. So a few days from now.
So is that like the date of your first video, or is that just the date that you guys got all signed up and together?
Right, yeah, it's when we joined. I can't recall when we did our first video, but it probably was short after that.
Yeah, it takes a while. I know it took me a while. I think I got signed up with my channel probably about this time last year, and it took me like 3 months to get everything all together and things in place, and that's pretty normal. Hello, Janice. Janice is out. Janice Dement, how are you, dear? Bill Arnold, hello. Skin and Scales Fishing, what's going on? So LG Bass has been out a few times. I've seen him out there with you. Maybe we should have got him out there too. He seems like an honorary 1-tonner.
Yeah, he's definitely a good guy. He comes fishing with us a lot. I get some days off during the week. The other guys, they work during the week. So, but like going back to what we were saying, that's how we kind of met Tom, was through chat. And he's like, well, I live in Lake Gaston, which is, not far from us. It's all connected. We fish Kerr, and Lake Gaston is the lake after Kerr that the reservoir system empties into. I think we were fishing one night, and it was one of maybe like a handful of our lives. We were fishing somewhere, and he's like, "Hey, I recognize that." And he's like, "I'll be there in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. What do you want? What do you guys like in your coffee?" And next thing you know, he showed up. I'm like, "Wow, it's LG Bass is here." And I mean, he's a great person. He's a good friend. We have fun.
Very cool. I see Palmetto Cats. How you doing? Palmetto's giving you kind words on your beard, Art. Says it's looking good.
Thank you.
John Patrick Jr. Hello, sir. I really, what I worry about? I worry about missing people in chat. Everybody's such good supporters and stuff, and I know everybody loves to hear their names shouted out, just like you mentioned you guys did on Catfish Weekly. So Catfish and Dreams, what's going on? Welcome. We're up to 47 in chat. That's a great start. It seems to be building up pretty good here. So cool. So you guys are basically chasing blue cats where you're at, correct?
Well, we chase whatever's going to bite. So yeah, blue cats is what we mainly are catching now. But we do like to chase flatheads when we think we so it's a funny story. Anytime we target flatheads, it's like when we catch other stuff. Like I had a bullhead one time as for bait, fishing in a river, It was right after that video where Josh's niece caught that gigantic flathead, the one she got nominated for. It was a couple days after. I'm like, okay, cool. The flatheads are active in here. Yeah. Well, what do I catch on the bullhead is a blue, like a 20-pound blue. I'm like, okay, cool. So there's that theory. But you can see it in the videos. If I throw a live bluegill, 90% of the time I'm going to catch a channel cat.
Or you know what I find when I got channel cats in the area and I got big live baits, all they do is kill my baits. Everybody knows that adage. Channel cats are angry little creatures when it comes to live bait. They think they're going after whatever it is. I have a couple of theories. None of them have ever been proven. So
yeah, we like bluegill fishing too. I mean, obviously we're catching the bluegill for bait, but the catching them is fun too. So
I totally agree, man. If I I've been bluegill fishing just like probably everybody here my whole life. Mm-hmm. If you don't like bluegill fishing, it's going to make catfishing a little hard. So panfish is good stuff. That's how I got into crappie. Basically I caught a couple of crappie on accident as bycatch when I was kind of bluegill fishing. I'm like, hey, what are these? They're a heck of a lot bigger. They fight a little harder. And I kind of went from there. So do you prefer live bait or cut bait when you guys are fishing?
I guess it depends on the time of the year. Right now we're using cut bait.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still learning. So we're still kind of new at it.
Mm-hmm.
At chasing big catfish, but like catfishing in general. So now we learning about the spawn, pre-spawn, post-spawn, and then the slow bite during the spawn. So we like throwing live bait post-spawn because they're coming off the nest in the rivers. They're coming off the nest or off the bed, whatever you want to call it, and they're gorging themselves kind of like they do in the fall. Because they've guarded the nest and they've starved themselves pretty much trying to guard their egg and fry and all that. And so that's when we like throwing, even if it's dead, it's a whole bait, like a whole bluegill, a brim. We call them brim down here, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the time of year.
Now, do you guys have the white perch out by you?
Yes.
You guys do?
They're very deep right now, but
okay,
we do.
Which is pretty much like bluegills where I'm at. They're running pretty deep, or they're actually wandering, which is what I'm learning doing some white fishing. They're wandering in big old circles. It's like we'll get on them for a few minutes and then they'll be gone, and then they'll come back, almost like crappie, which is kind of odd. I'm just learning that recently in the last couple of years or so. Either that or there's something chasing them around. There'll be bass or something out there threatening them, or up here northern pike though. If northern pike comes in, their bluegill are gone. I did see Sampy's in the house. What's going on, Sampy? Saw a couple other people come in here. Said hello to Palmetto.
Mike's Outdoors Adventures.
Mike's Outdoor Adventures. JP3, what's going on, my friend? How are you? So tell us a little bit about were you in the kitchen cook I saw Josh do?
For the bluegill?
No, I think it was I think it was a bass catching cook, wasn't it? You guys cooked it?
Yeah, we. So there's a guy that did some work at my house. He did some put some gravel down and put a drainage pipe in. And he's talking to me because he watches our videos too. He said, "Y'all need to come over here to my pond. I got a brim bigger than my hand," and he's taller than me. I'm 6'3". I said, "That's a big brim." He goes, "Yeah, I need you guys to keep some of these bass out of there too, because they're all like a pound and a half, and they're just loaded in there. So keep some, eat some, and help yourselves." Because we thought we were just gonna go catch bait. We started catching the brim, like a pound and a half and bigger. Like we just could not believe it. I'm like, okay, I got a bass on. We get it in, and it's a huge shell cracker. And I don't know if you remember from that video, my dad was free lining, no weight or anything, just throw the night crawler out, and he caught that 12-pound channel cat out of that little pond.
I do.
And I messaged the guy while we're there. I said, do do you know you got catfish? And he goes, yeah, they're bigger than your leg in there. I'm like, oh God. So
Free lining a 12-pound channel cat. That sounds like fun too, especially on worms. We'll get them out here on worms as well. Maybe not that big where I'm fishing for worms, but they're out there. So how did that bass taste to you, or have you had them before?
I've had bass before. So when I was into bass fishing, that's what I like to do before we started catfishing. I used to go with a buddy of mine when I played semi-pro football up in Pennsylvania. We used to go to Canada at his grandfather. He had like a cabin out there, and we'd stay the whole week. It'd just be me, him, and somebody else, and we'd go out, fish on the boat till lunch, come back in and eat, go back out till dark, and do it all over all week. And the very last day, we kept bass to eat for dinner. The rest of the week, we cooked whatever. But yeah, I've had bass before. It's good. I like the bluegill better, I think.
I do too. I had bass for the first time last week, and it was pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
Elston Perez is in the house. What's going on, Chunky? How are you?
Chunky.
It's always nice to see Chunky and all the streams. He's a great supporter of all the shows. I want to take a break. Did you know I got a new sponsor?
No.
The show has a new sponsor. The sponsor is Krampus Canes.
Cool.
I'd like to thank Krampus Canes for their support in the show.
So is your first guest since you do sponsor? Do I get a free
You're the first guest, yeah. I think I might be made a pro staffer. Also, I got another thing here that I wanted to say. Mr. James Dockery, if anybody wants to contact Mr. James Dockery, you can get yourself one of these.
Oh, I can't.
Fine stickers. Talk about causing trouble. He's always causing trouble. How do you feel about this sticker, Art?
It's whatever. I mean, I never wanted to use chicken. LG came with us, and he brought his lemon chicken concoction, and he's catching fish, and we weren't. I was like, all right, well, I'll try it.
Chicken works.
It catches fish.
It does. We just like to give everybody a hard time. Everybody's been using chicken, lemon chicken, cherry chicken, anise chicken, all that stuff. Yep. So we kind of like giving everybody a hard time, but everybody's been using it. You know, Dieter loves that chicken. So does Norm. Fishing Hippie, what's going on, sir? How are you?
Palmetto likes his chicken too.
So how often do you use chicken when you guys are fishing?
We've been using it a lot here lately because we can't get bait. But I finally, so I don't know if you remember a video. I went fishing behind a dam that's close to my house, and I caught a channel cat on live bait because I was trying to catch a flathead. And then I was over using the visiting nature, as Palmetto likes to say. And I saw this cast net rolled up, and I took it. And I was looking at it like, because I thought maybe somebody broke it and didn't feel like bringing it back with them because it was a cast net and it was heavy and extra stuff to carry back. And there was nothing wrong with it. So I threw it and I caught some shad, and that's when I caught that flathead. So I messed up the net after I found it, and I just fixed it 2 nights ago. So I was finally getting some shad the other day.
Nice.
Throwing it. Now I only caught like 3 or 4.
So you guys just put out a video for making some weights, correct? Just dropped today, and I saw you guys you had a bunch of cast net weights. So that's not the same cast net that you guys are melting down?
No, the one somebody gave me because it was ripped, and the other one was another one of my victims from throwing it where I probably shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's where all the good bait is, though. I've lost more than a couple of cast nets doing that, especially from the shore. From the shore, you're always getting them hooked up, and they're kind of hard to get back. Let's see who else. Justin's Fishing Fetish. What's going on, buddy?
Skins and Scales. I don't know if you said them. You probably did.
I think I did. If not, Skin and Scales. What's going on?
Oh, there's Uncle Josh. He's in there.
Uncle Josh. Hey, everybody. Uncle Josh isn't feeling his best. He had a little unfortunate spill, so he's not joining us tonight. But everybody say what's up. Wish him well. Keep him in your thoughts. Hopefully he'll heal up real quick. We miss you, Uncle Josh. Is Uncle Josh the cooking force on the One Ton Fishing Club?
Yeah,
is he the one that does?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is he the one that does the majority of the cooking between all you guys, or are you guys all kind of in on that?
We all like to cook, except Josh was I guess he still is. He was a chef at one point in his
Oh,
career.
okay.
So
I know he made that
watch
the catfish stew. What was that called in his one video?
catfish seafood boil.
The catfish seafood boil. That looked really, really good.
It was
I'm
good.
gonna need to. I'm gonna try that this year. J Dog, Mike Turner, 712 catfishing. What's going on? I actually got this from Josh this year.
Oh yeah.
I was looking for what's called a bird and trout knife. He says he'd like to take the challenge on, and he did, and it came out pretty nice. So hopefully this spring I'll be able to use some.
It's with a knife that pretty though. You want to use it?
Yeah, I use all my knives, man. I don't buy them unless I'm going to use them. I don't care how pretty they are. If they're too pretty to use, I usually don't buy them. I see my buddy Chris in the house. Wishing Josh a speedy recovery all around angling. Chris is an accomplished local fisherman here. He fishes for a lot of bass and catches a lot of crappie and bluegill and stuff local in the area. What's going on, Chris? I want to make sure I say hello to him. Buckeye catfishing. They're stacking up in here. It's always nice to see, and it's always even harder to keep up with everybody.
So you guys got safe ice now?
Yeah, we do. We do. Last week I was out. Look at this. My buddy Keith.
Hey, Keith.
What's going on, brother? How are you? Thanks. It's always nice to see you stop in here. We have safe ice. I was on between 4 and 6 inches last weekend, kind of depending where on the lake I was at, and I did pretty good. I got a bunch of video. I got some really cool video with the help of a friend of mine, but I need to adjust my camera positions and stuff. Let's say it was kind of lower than flattering for sitting on a little stool while you're fishing and stuff. We'll get it worked out, but I did have some usable stuff. We did pretty good. I got about 20 plus smaller bluegills, a couple of bass. One bass was like 16 or 17 inches. The other one was 12. And that's why that was the chance I had to taste bass for the first time. The people that I was fishing with, majority of them are all like pro tournament bass fishermen, some friends of mine. And this was a private lake, or they live on a private lake, and they're trying to thin it out. So they're like, keep everything we catch. So it's just the way it is. And you could tell, Art, by the size of the bluegills that it was a problem, because they were all small. We didn't get in any tanker bluegills, but we got into a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
So the bass are pretty much, feeding fast and furiously on the bluegills. There's supposedly there's pike in there, and there's also some crappie in there, but we weren't able to find them just yet. And there's some big tanker perch. There's like some 12-inch perch in that place. And when I was leaving, we were heading in to make dinner and clean all that fish and stuff. They were starting to bite on the people that were out there. I seen like one that was like 13 inches big come out as I was walking by.
That's a big yellow perch, right?
Yeah, yellow perch. I'm hoping to get back out there this weekend. We'll see if I can fit it in.
That's one of Josh's favorite fish.
Cindy Stokes. Hello, dear. How are you? Keith's listening like he always does. A lot of people come in and just listen. I can get that. Sometimes it's overwhelming to have to say hello to like 50 people.
Yeah, I love Keith's channel. I actually won a catfish clothing cutting board from his channel not long back ago.
Oh, you won that?
Yeah.
I wanted to win that. Then you guys were giving one away too, didn't you? Or you just did?
Maybe.
You guys gave away one. I was in on that one too. I wanted to win.
Yeah, no, we did. We don't have a boat, and we're like, we got to do a giveaway, and I thought it was a pretty awesome thing to give away to somebody that had a boat. I think it is too. I need to check out. Well, I've been meaning to. Oh, Parker Pursuits. I saw you come in earlier. Sorry if I didn't say hello. He's a past guest on the show. Parker's a good guy. Lives like in the Missouri area, southern part of Illinois area. He's got a good channel. Check him out. If somebody wants to put his link up there, that'd be good too. Thank you, whoever's sharing links too. So that's cool. Yeah, I've been thinking about going on to Keith's channel, and I know he showed how to make one of those cutting boards, and making a smaller version of one, because my boat isn't big enough to have like the full blown one that they sell, like a catfish. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's pretty wide. It's like maybe 18. I'm guessing 18 to 24 inches, somewhere around there. I don't think it was quite 24.
Closer to 18 then.
Yeah, probably.
I think 12 inches would be perfect for the back of my boat. So I'm going to work on one of those
It's
future.
good for those guys that use skipjack for bait. You get skipjack up there?
No.
Okay.
I didn't see a skipjack until the first time. Well, until this summer for the first time. I've never even seen them. I mean, I've seen herring and stuff, but other manners, but not for fishing.
Right.
They're pretty big. They're pretty slimy. I was kind of surprised how soft the baits were once they did thaw. Maybe I just had some bad ones. Do you guys get skipjack by you or?
No.
No.
I mean, there's herring. There's 2 different types of herring, but you have to go out toward the coast and get them, like in the James. Somewhere where they're migrating in.
Now, do you fish the James?
We did that one time when we went up and did that live with Stan. Well,
okay.
We'd like to again.
How far are you guys from the James?
Like 2.5 hours.
That's not too bad. That's a full day though. And getting four people lined up to travel that far can't be the easiest thing in the world.
No.
We have a new viewer. We got a Paul Nation Cats. What's going on, Mr. Cats?
What's up, Paul?
Is that a friend of yours?
Well, he does some live shows every now and then. I recognize his name. I've seen him out there before.
Not familiar with that one. I'll have to check that out. Excuse me. Something's going on over here. So this week, did you see some of those live shows? I know Stan had a live show this week. He did fairly well on that last Sunday.
Sunday morning a little bit, yeah.
Caught a bunch of fish. We had Catfish Weekly on Monday. That was just Lyle and James hanging out. Lyle he kind of alluded to something. Did you see that little icon up in the upper right-hand corner of the screen?
Yeah, was it a bluegill or something?
I don't know, man. I'm like at a loss. He won't tell me. He won't tell anybody. He's being real tight-lipped. You know, it was like when he was in development with
Krampus canes.
He wasn't talking about it. He's just deny. And now he drops this little hint on his live show. I'm going to fall out of my chair one of these days.
Don't do that, man.
He drops this little hint. So I'm kind of curious. You got any guesses?
I mean, I kind of do, maybe. But I hope I don't know too much. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm guessing pan fishing of some kind, because I know he talks about how much he loves, aside from catching channel cats, how much he loves panfish and bluegill especially.
You know, Lyle just likes to fish.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty seems to know. Betty's going to get lots and lots of. Oh, but she'll never tell.
Now I did. Now, so we talked about that catch and cook. I sent him some pictures on Facebook. Now, I don't know if what him and I were talking about then is the same thing he's alluding to now. Oh, so maybe I know too. But
keep that to yourself.
Yeah,
he told you in confidence. Don't do that, because James Dockery keeps telling me there is no mob, but when it comes to the Godfather of catfishing, you really got to watch your step.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't tell me anything. I was just, hey, check out these cool pictures.
Good, cool, very cool.
I'm probably way off, though, honestly.
Who knows? You never know any days. If it's coming from Lyle, it's going to be good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what's your favorite kind of fish to cook? Is it catfish? Is it bass, bluegill? You said you like bluegill a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably the first time I've ever had it like that, where we fried it whole. I've had it, and I liked it. But I've had it to where it's been, just cut up into chunks. But my favorite definitely is catfish, blue cat. I don't know. I really don't taste the difference between the channels and the blues, in my opinion. But I do like blue cats.
You know what? I kind of wondered that. Me not having had, I haven't caught a blue cat, let alone cooked one up. I was wondering if they tasted different. I've had some flathead in my time, not much. I think I've kept a 4-pounder. I think I've said that a couple of times. I might get some hate because of it, but it's the truth. I'm not going to lie to anybody. And that thing was freaking delicious. I hate to say it, but it was good.
Yeah, we've kept a flathead before when we first started fishing, and then the whole CPR thing, and I started to become really fond of flatheads because of how challenging it is to catch them. And then when you catch them, it's just like they have a glow around them, oh.
That's a good way of putting it. I remember I chased flathead for probably a season and a half, so probably a good calendar year. Well, I don't want to say a calendar year, and we don't fish for them in the winter, so almost 2 seasons. And when I got that first one, man, I was so overwhelmed. It was like it was unreal. It like after we let the fish go, it was like it never happened. It was a very, very surreal experience, but it was a big fish. It was a 32 pounder for my very first flathead, so I was happy to catch that. And it's funny that you mentioned me. We had Fishing with Dom in here. Fishing with Dom, he used to write for a newspaper in Michigan called Hooks and Bullets, and he kind of featured me in that fishing in an article. That was one of my high spots in my fishing career.
Cool. That's definitely an honor, huh?
David Martin just says he loves flatheads. What's going on, David? We know David. He's a flathead machine. Where he's at, he's got them dialed in.
Does he mean he loves them to eat or to catch them?
No, I think he's catching. He's got that. You guys see that? Have you seen his pictures on Facebook lately? They've been posting a lot of food pictures.
Yeah, I don't think I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I think I remember when he was on Catfish Weekly.
Yeah, Big Nasty too. They got these lunch boxes that are 12-volt lunch boxes, and they actually pour their soup or their beans or whatever they're eating in there, and they have it warm up. I've been trying to look into that. We got Country Boy Catfishing. What's going on? I want to remind everybody in the chat that if you have any questions for me and Art, post them up there. If you could make them a little easier for me to read, maybe put some exclamation points or some asterisks in front of them, in front of your question. We'll be able to see them a little easier in chat. You guys are whipping by there. I'll be able to make sure that me and Art address those questions. Fishing Hippie says he wants to try. You ever have walleye?
No, I want to, and that's one of my. It kind of seems crazy, but it's one of my bucket list fish.
If you don't have walleye in your area, just like I don't have blue cats in my area, I imagine it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, well, we do have walleye in the lake, and if I went on the other side of the dam where the river is, it goes into Lake Gaston. There's supposedly a good way to catch them, but I don't know enough about targeting them. But I'm gonna have to start doing some research.
You got to be dialed in for walleye, as far as I know. I'm no expert walleye fisherman. Most of the times, like when I catch walleye, it's almost on accident. I've tried a couple of times and been successful. But if you don't have the spots, or you're not at a certain place at a certain time of year, they're kind of hard to come by. And you'll notice that even by like Spencer over at River Certified, you notice all his walleye videos.
Yeah, I watch them.
It's always at night, the witching hours, always, in the late fall or right before the winter. A lot of people catch them through the ice. Even Parker Pursuits. Parker just said walleye is amazing. Walleye is a great fish to catch. Jesse, what's going on?
I see Richard Jean. The fishing machine, he goes up by the dam or wherever he's at. It looks like a dam or a lock.
It's the locks.
Yeah. And he'll jig for them and get sawguy and walleye.
I don't remember him catching walleye. I know he catches a lot of sauger, which is pretty much just a smaller walleye. Right. I don't know if there's any difference in taste. They look the same, so.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you've seen him on our lives, and he's been in a couple of our videos. Timothy King from King's Catfishing. He just put some pictures up. He takes people out on guided trips. He put a guy on a walleye, and I think he caught a keeper crappie too. So, and then that was the lake. I know he was in Kerr. So they're in there. You just, like you're saying, you got to be dialed in and find them. Just like there's pickerel here. They don't get real big, I guess, because the water doesn't stay cold enough. But they're here. Josh caught one. Hey, that's why I was asking you what catch, clean, and cook video, because he did one where he caught one that was like 23.5 inches.
That's a big sawguy, isn't it?
That was a pickerel.
Oh, pickerel. Okay. That's a big pickerel.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, that's a big one. How is Uncle Josh doing? I think Uncle Josh is in there, Betty, so he can answer just as well. But how is he doing, Art? Betty wants to know.
He's doing good. I stopped by yesterday and brought him some dinner, so he didn't have to get up and try to cook. I know his knee and his ankle, he's got some ligaments torn. Not ligament, yeah, ligaments. And
Mm-hmm.
his tailbone's bothering him real bad. But he's hanging in there. He's doing as good as he can.
Hello, Catfish with Odad. If I haven't said you yet, that's good. We wish I was talking to him a little bit yesterday, and yesterday we were on our way out to take care of something yesterday, and I was getting the car ready for the wife, and I had moved the car since I'm keeping my boat in the garage this year, not storing it. Moved the car. It was slick ice, man. I busted my butt on the ice, almost hit my shoulder. I'm all right though, but I thought of Josh as soon as it happened. I was going to be, oh my god, me and Josh will be messaging each other, complaining about how bad we hurt each other. So I did think of you, Josh, yesterday when I wiped out as well.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's cool. Let's see if oh wait, we got another one. Derek of Ohio Catfish Chasers ran into my buddy Herb in a restaurant, saw a hat and started talking. Herb's a good guy. Hopefully Herb's doing good. It's a funny story. I had somebody recognize me by my hat in a Walmart last week. It's like, hey, you watch that guy? I'm like, yeah, I watch him a lot. He's got a great channel.
He's kind of a jerk, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Creole's in the house too. Half crazy. What's going on, half crazy? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought someone saw you wearing the hat and asked you about yourself.
They did. They saw me wearing the hat and they asked me if I watched my channel. And I told them, yeah, I watch that guy all the time. He's awesome. I had my mask on though. I had.
That's what I was wondering.
I was wearing. I wear a. I don't necessarily wear a mask. I wear a. What are they called? A buff or a gator, right? For no other reason, just to get in and out of where I got to go. But so I don't think they recognize me. But every now and then people recognize me, which is kind of surprising because I still consider mine a small YouTube channel. But I guess people are watching it, so it's cool. You guys ever getting recognized?
One time? No, not that I know.
Are you guys like famous at church?
No.
No, your church doesn't watch you?
Well, okay. There's one guy that one of the kids in youth group. He's always like, "Yeah, One Time Fishing Club's my favorite YouTube channel."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do if you guys get some stickers made up? You need to put a sticker in each one of the Bibles at the pew. Do you guys have Bibles in the pews? Because we have at our church.
No, we don't have pews. We have chairs.
Oh, okay.
That would be funny though.
Hand them out at church. Have them spread the word.
That would be fun.
I know a lot of guys that do that, My grandfather always said, God loves a fisherman, so might as well spread the word in church, get everybody involved.
Yeah. That would be funny, though.
I'm surprised they don't recognize you at church. They got to get the word out a little better than that.
I mean, we do have people that watch because they've come fishing with us. Like, I don't know if you remember the fishing video we did with Ronnie. He goes to our church. Aaron is in one of my videos. Aaron and Colby, they're guys from youth group. They fished with me before. Aaron was the one that helped me get my PB out of the water. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had him. When we caught him, it was like a 38-pound blue. I definitely wouldn't have been able to get him in. That sand was so soft. I would have been right in the water.
It's good to have a good net man.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I see on Palmetto's videos, he's always got a bunch of his church fellow churchgoers with him on his boat, or he has in the past. And then he had that one weekend. I believe they camped, didn't they? At the 1 week. I watched so many videos. You guys got to forgive me if I mistake something or things start to bleed into one another. But
yeah, I think it's pastor and somebody else, Pastor Sean, I think it is, and they went to that island and they camped and fished.
That's right. That was a good video. That was a real good video. So who's other than you guys, and you don't have to say me, what other YouTubers are you watching?
I like watching King's Catfish and our buddy Tim. We like watching his channel. It's so many, man. I don't know if there's channels.
I'll make it easy. What about some of the big names? What are some of the big names you like to watch?
Catfish Dave, obviously.
You like Catfish Dave? Okay.
I've watched him since I started catfishing. Mm-hmm. I watched Kayak Catfish. Some of the other ones I watched Dieter. I try to watch a little bit of all the other guys. I watch Keith's channel too. Thanks for helping. Thanks for the hint right there.
Yeah.
I do. His notifications are on, so every time a new video comes out, I watch.
I watch all of Keith's videos whenever they come out, and I try to comment on them too. I don't always do that, but they're always good, very very good videos. Keith, and I've said this much, I owe a lot to Keith. He kind of told me just do it. He's given me technical advice on the videos, and I think my videos look better because of the stuff that he's told me. I got a long ways to go, but the technical part of it, the actual shooting and the framing and stuff, I'm working on. So Keith is a great guy. I'm sure everybody post Keith's link up. If you haven't subscribed to Keith, make sure you do. Keith is he's had a lot of good success. And if he's saying he still feels like a small channel, that just goes to tell you he's a decent guy. So,
So there is one that it came to my mind after thinking about, Keith's channel. He's a do-it-yourself DIY kind of thing. So my background is woodworking before I got into IT. And I like one of the channels that stood out the most is Marlon Bates. You ever watch him?
I watch Marlon all the time. I've been watching him forever. I like him. He's got a really good personality. He has really good camera presence. He's a funny guy, and he knows how to execute not only his videos but his baits. So he's good at it. He's one of the many YouTubers I watch that really deserves the success that he has because he works hard at it. So
yeah.
But okay, you were going. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I like that because he made his own baits, from wood. I mean, he did some other interesting stuff like epoxy, and I think he even made a bait out of a stone or something one time. But just seeing that, like I've always been a hands-on, working with my hands person. So seeing him carve the bait, paint it, and then go catch a fish, whether he does like his 1 days or he has like the big long drawn out, where he's made like what's the world's most expensive swim bait? I forget what
I know the one you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
It's like a wake bait.
Yeah. And how much was it? It's like up in the thousands, like $2,000 or $2,700. I don't quote me on that, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know it was way more than I would ever spend on something that I could throw out and lose potentially.
You'd go after it if you had that. You would go after it.
Yeah.
But that's a click. I call those clickbaits. If you're a YouTuber and you want to get clicks, it's like John B using like $5,000 or $1,000 reels or $2,000 reels from Japan and stuff.
Yeah.
He even admitted that was just to get views and stuff, but he enjoyed making them. He said it's a total waste.
And I do like creek fishing too. So there's Creek Fishing Adventures, the guy that's out of Tennessee. I think his name is John something. I enjoy his. I enjoy how he likes to do things other people probably would never do, and then he also shares his faith, and he's not ashamed of it. So I like that about him.
Very cool.
And then like on the extreme flip side, you have I'm gonna say his name wrong, but it's Extreme Philly Fishing. I think it's Leo Shang.
I've watched Leo back in the day. I watched him for a while too.
Yeah, he's it's I don't know. You got to be special to watch it, but I like his channel. I like
his channel too. It's something different. It's been around for a while. He got done at the beginning. But real quick, Catfishing with Odette. If you want to contact me in my either the Facebook group or my Facebook page, just shoot me a message and I'll give you instructions how to get it. I don't have a page up. I don't have a store or anything, at least not as of yet. I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row, trying to get a few more subscribers and stuff before I do that. So I've just been selling them as people have been asking for them. So contact me that way. I can get you instructions on how to get them. Sorry about that. I had a break for a commercial. No,
that's all good, man.
Commercial interruption.
I saw where Palmetto said making the wooden reel. I remember when Marlon Bates, when he made that wooden reel, he made a spinning reel out of wood. It was pretty cool.
I don't remember that one. One of my more memorable ones for his is when he made one out of a block of wood and he caught fish on it.
Yeah.
It's official. Bass like blocks of wood.
One day.
I have to every now and then I say something like one day, or I'll say something other tagline from another YouTuber, and I catch myself in editing, and I got to edit it out. I'm like, I can't steal that from somebody, but that's how ingrained it is in
It's catchy.
in our psyche from watching for so long. So it's pretty cool. It's like one of these days, Keith, if you ever see me going today, it's out of respect, not trying to steal anything from you. So
That's pretty cool right there.
that's pretty cool.
Or that's awesome.
There's so many good ones
Love
out there. Every now and then you'll get a woo out of somebody doing the Richard Gene. Be like, woo. I know.
I'm talking about woo.
It's
you
all
ever catch yourself saying one-toners?
Not yet, but I will. I'll be like, this one's for the 1 ton nation.
I like Mike Chavez thing he does too. Taste. That's
what he's cooking. That man can cook. He's been all over. He's fishing a lot lately.
Yeah. He's up by the James, but I think he fishes like a backwater creek that feeds into the James. Chickahominy, I think it's called.
Chickahominy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a creek. It looks like a pretty decent sized.
Yeah, when it gets out there, it gets big. But yeah. There's a lot of creeks and stuff here. When we fished at the lake, like that spot we were at, it looks huge, but it's like from where they flooded it. It's all creek beds that were flooded when they made the reservoir.
And you mentioned creek fishing. I want everybody to know that, Missouri creek fishing, that's what he does. I don't know if you're subscribed to him. He's got a new channel. I know he's got one video. And I think as soon as the weather gets a little nicer, he's going to hold on a second. I got to highlight that one. This one I say a lot. I'm not going to lie. I say that a lot. Norm, thanks for having people so stick around too. That's another one. See what I mean? Everybody's got their sayings.
I'm not gonna lie, Mark.
Not gonna lie.
Well, I almost kicked over my camera. We love you, Norm.
We do, Norm. It's a term of endearment. See, everybody's got their sayings, and Norm's got his. I ain't gonna lie. Not gonna lie. That's a good thing. Embrace that. What's going on, Mark Clark? How are you?
Josh's thing that you guys will soon to warm up to will be, dude, is that a gar? Every fish we catch. He's hoping for that gar.
He's actually hoping to catch one?
Yeah, so he wants to, first off, he wants to see what they taste like. And then on the flip side, he wants to preserve their skin for like knife sheaths and stuff.
Knife sheaths and stuff? Very cool. I hear gar... If you make gar like you would like a crab cake, like gar balls or whatever, deep fry them. Right. I hear those are really good. And I got a recipe for sucker balls. As bad as that sounds.
Like carp?
No, not for carp, but for sucker. Actual like suckers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big thing in Michigan. They use those, and I hear they're really tasty. That's on my to cook and consume list. Maybe that'll be my new tagline: cook and consume.
No, I know Kyle. He was never into eating fish, and then Josh cooked the blue the one time, and he did the mustard thing where he put the mustard on, and then yeah, that one's funny. That's from Luke's channel.
That's absolutely it.
Click and subscribe.
Nailed it.
But Josh fried up some catfish one day. We were actually fishing, and Kyle tried it. And he's like, "Man, that's good." And the next time we went fishing, Kyle's like, "We're gonna keep some fish. We're gonna clean them. We're gonna eat them." And he did. So Josh converted Kyle, who never ate fish before, into liking blue cats.
Happy birthday, Norm. Catfish Hunters. Everybody say happy birthday to Norm. Norm doesn't have his birthday set on Facebook, so I didn't know that. But thank goodness that Mary ratted him out and did a birthday post to him. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize Norm was that young.
Was he 27?
I'm sorry?
He's 27?
I think he's how old are you, Norm?
31, that's my guess.
31, that's what it is.
Is it?
I think it's so. I think it was 31 is what Mary was saying.
money. Oh, man, we can go on and do catchphrases channels.
Oh, wait, well, hold on a second. I missed that one. My catchphrase is inappropriate, so I don't even say it on YouTube. I thought
Betty.
that's more of like when I miss a fish, Betty, not when I catch him. When I catch him, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, family show.
Yeah. Have you seen Geared Up when it runs late? Not so family.
Hey, it's okay. It's all good. Oh, he says 32.
32. Young. I remember 32. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm only 5 years older than him.
Catfish Weekly, he says he's 31 or 32 or so.
Or so.
So where are you guys taking the YouTube channel? I know it's hard for you to speak for all four of you, but what kind of direction have you guys been talking about?
We'd like to keep it like it is, just fun. Show us just fishing. One thing we do want to try, and we've talked about it, we just got to get together. It's tough with the holidays and everything going on. It was Kyle's idea, and I like it, so we're going to try it. Well, not just because I like it. Josh and Jared also liked it. We wanted to do like a tournament amongst ourselves. Like what that looks like, we don't know yet. Like whether it's live, where we would be fishing at. Like if we did like a bluegill, we'd have to be out at the farm ponds, and there's not good service. So if we like recorded it, it's just stuff like that. More like competition between the four of us. But I don't know. We just want to keep it simple and have fun. We don't want it to consume our lives outside of YouTube.
Right. Well, don't ever you can let fishing consume your life. Just don't let YouTube consume your life. That's right. My word of advice for all you creators out there in chat. So keep doing what you're doing. Just don't let it become work when you love what you do. You can always call each other out on my channel too. I got that little franchise that I'm getting going. It's called Called Out. If anybody in chat, I got a couple people that have been giving me some ideas, talking to my ear, but I think we're waiting on a little better weather to come out. I think people are going to be pretty surprised by who's going to be doing some calling out of who. So I'm really looking
forward.
There's an option for everybody in chat. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Muskrat, huh?
Yeah, I mean, One Ton Fishing Club hasn't been challenged yet. I have somebody who's in chat that will remain nameless that I've been trying to call out, but it is what it is.
Tim Molina, if I didn't say hello to you, I apologize. I think I might have, but I want to make sure I don't miss you. He's saying happy birthday to Norm. Tim's a great guy. Talked to him quite a bit in here. So, who does the editing?
Me and Josh. It just depends on, like, if Josh is doing a cook video, he'll edit it. If not, I do the other one. All the other
what are you guys using to edit?
I use Shotcut for right now. I'm going to probably start looking into something new because we use iPhones for the most part for recording. I have a GoPro, but I had the last video I shot, I had to use my phone more than my GoPro because my little mount broke from riding around in my truck, so I couldn't really use it. It wasn't a good angle. But yeah, Shotcut. I need to start trying to branch out into something different because it's not bad. It does fine, but there's stuff I have ideas to do that no matter how much I research on YouTube, I can't figure out how they do it in Shotcut. So
okay, and Shotcut, that's just a phone app, is what you're using?
No, it's an application on a desktop.
On a desktop,
or a laptop, yeah.
Yeah, shoot me a message after this. Maybe what I'm using will help you out a little bit. It's a fairly cheap alternative, but it's pretty strong. It's a pretty good one. I actually use Movavi, so it isn't too bad. It runs you can probably pick it up. I can get you a code probably for like $70 for a full-blown version, not a subscription. So you get it and you're done. It works pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, so Shotcut's an open source program, so it's free, but you have so what open source is, it's like software that, like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Linux or anything like that.
I am. Yeah. I used to be an IT guy. I used to be a database analyst and turned into an architect and a designer. So I am a little familiar with how that works. So yeah, I use Gib for all of my logos and stuff like that. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that's another open source piece of software. It's a little more work, but I like having the control, and I kind of am enjoying learning to use the software. So
yeah, so whoever worked on this last version of Shotcut, or last two, I can't use my photos from my iPhone. It just keeps saying file, cannot open this file. But like with iPhones, you have the live option where it takes like a 2-second clip while you're taking a picture.
Right.
So I've been inserting those instead of pictures. So it's like you can see people moving, but it's fine. I just mute the slide and put music to it. But yeah.
Pinnacle's a good one too. There's a setting on your iPhone you can change in order to do that, because I ran into the same issues with mine. That's another
it's
thing.
actually the file type. It's like it's not opening that .heic or whatever the file type is that Apple uses for.
Right.
I probably said it wrong, but it's not opening.
No, that's the standard setting, but you can switch it. I ran into the same problem even on my PC, so we'll get and talk about that too. So
sure.
Fishing with Big Mike, what's going on, buddy? How are you? We got 50. We've been on here for just about an hour. We still got 50 in chat. You must be an entertaining person, Art.
Hey, I doubt it.
I think you are. I wouldn't have you on if you weren't. So I'm grateful for everybody still hanging out here. And we got 52 thumbs up. Thumbs ups are free. If you haven't given a thumbs up, please consider it. I'd appreciate it. I'm sure Art would appreciate it. Yes, I do want to say Art's link, if you haven't subscribed to the One Ton Fishing Club, is down in the description. If you want to support the streams, obviously I got to plug this away. There's a link to do so too at the bottom of or in the description. Please do so. It would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we have a giveaway coming up at 500.
What are you giving away?
We're giving away a Cast King Rover 50 or 40. I think it's a 50. Right hand.
Right-handed? Okay.
Yeah.
Good, because I just bought a left-handed Abu used. I ended up selling it to LG Bass.
I'm glad it's pretty nice looking reel.
I'm glad he's getting some use out of it. I had it up there to selling stuff, and when he went on there, I'm like, it's yours for X. And I was happy it was going to go into good hands. So
yeah, a little teaser. He caught a fish on it.
He messaged me that right away, so I was happy to see that. He let me know. I'm going through chat, seeing if we have any questions. Got
it's a 50. Okay, Kyle hopped in. What's up, Kyle? He must be on break at work. Kyle had to work tonight, or he would have been on too. It's a 50. Right. Yeah, I was correct.
Okay.
Or wait, no. Yeah, I think I said a 40. My bad. Sorry, Kyle.
That's right. Hey, what's going on, Kyle? Thanks for checking in from work. Mark or Art? Let's see what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, David. It does definitely matter. It also matters water temperature and time of year. I think cold water catfish, cold water crappie taste way better than summertime catfish and crappie. Would you agree with that? Did it taste better to you during the winter or the cold months, Art?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I like fish in general, so I don't. Yeah, I guess I could agree to that. I'm not picky, so it's fine. I like it.
What's going on, Twisted Fishing TV? Thanks for checking in. Let's see what else we got in here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss questions that are going in, and I think I got a lot of them. So you're working this weekend, Art? I got some work to do this weekend. I'm gonna try and get out on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. I got to talk to a couple of people about some John Boy's catfishing. Thanks for checking out the live stream. I got to talk to a couple of people about some 1v1s. I got Norm to watch tomorrow. Everybody watched. Oh, yeah, let's go over what's going on. We got Norman tomorrow night. We probably have Stan live fishing Sunday during the day. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that's a safe bet. Palmetto on Sunday nights, I believe, right, Palmetto? If he's in the chat, if you're still on Sunday nights, let us know. I got to catch some of your chat or some of your show last time. I had some personal stuff going on, so I didn't hear if it was going to be a regular thing. Monday nights, obviously, watch for more hints. Catfish Weekly. Tuesday nights, we got Muskrat Adventures, Roger, his channel. Wednesday is Patriot James. Thursday is The Bait Shop with James Dockery and Who's that guy's name? Oh,
I don't
Chad.
know, Ginger Ninja or something like that.
Ninja. I was calling him the Chiquita Chad because he's like a banana in a boat yesterday. He didn't like that too much.
No, Chad's a good guy though. Even though I'm not his favorite one tonner, it's all right, Chad.
Oh, you're not. Well, you're my favorite one tonner, Art, because you're here.
Yeah, that's cool with me.
Me and Chad, we can duke it out.
After after Chad didn't win the cutting board, Jared was no longer his favorite. Kyle was. And I don't know what Jared did to earn that right back, but Jared's back at Chad's number one. I think it has something to do with the ginger thing.
Country Boy Catfishing. What's the best advice you can give someone to start a channel and what camera to use? Why don't you go ahead and answer that first, and then I'll give my answer.
So my opinion is use what you have to get yourself used to talking to the camera, because that's the biggest thing I had to overcome was looking in the camera and seeing my face and being like, oh, that's so dumb, or like, like this is so embarrassing. Do I really sound like that? But yeah, if you have a decent phone, that works. I have a GoPro. The one I had was a 5 black, Hero Black. I have a 6 now, and I bought them both used. But people don't say a whole lot of good things about GoPros. You take care of it, it'll probably do fine. I haven't gotten a big camera yet because it just hasn't happened yet. I would love to have a big camera sitting there rolling. But yeah, my best advice is use what you have available to you. Your phone is fine.
Yep.
And figure out what you're wanting to do with your channel. Like, are you trying to be flashy and have a bunch of editing to do, or are you just trying to show I'm fishing, this is me, and this is what happens when I go fishing?
My advice is don't worry, be crappy. What Keith told me is just do it, man. He told me just get out there and do it. You have technical questions, there's always somebody that can help you with that. As far as cameras go, like you're saying, use what you got, use your phone. I know I use GoPros and I use my iPhone 11 Pro Max. And the only reason I have an iPhone 11 Pro Max is because my iPhone 10 died on me. I had it for 3.5 years. It lasted that long. But other than that, I would use exactly what I had. As far as editing stuff, take that one step at a time. GoPros are good. You can find them used cheap. I would personally, if you're just getting into it, there's no reason to buy anything less than an iPhone 7 used. And if you're going to buy a new one, a GoPro 7 used. If you're going to buy a GoPro new, I would go right for the 9 because there's only a $50 difference, at least on the sale. It's worth the money.
Yeah, and if you're getting a GoPro, get an external microphone.
Absolutely. Oh, that's
a big advice.
A lot of my stuff, if it's not too windy, I won't plug in my external mic, and the mics are actually that good. If you get the GoPro mod on them, they're starting to be a heck of a lot better. But we're getting too technical for someone just starting. Yeah, just get into it. Start making videos. Get that stuff up there. And what I try to do is I try to learn something new every time I edit. Learn something new every time I film, and just grow on that. So would you think that's good advice?
Yeah.
Also, yeah, where's the what is it? Late 90s, early 2000s bumping urban rap type music come from in your guys' videos? Who's the guy who's the fan?
I just like it. It's just, I don't know. I liked it when who uses it sometimes? I know River Certified, he uses it sometimes here and there, but then he has like that kind of, I like the funky sound. So it's on YouTube. It's the free stuff. Yeah, it's through the library. That's another thing. I waited until like my 3rd video before I started incorporating like background music and any kind of music, bumper music. You'll learn. There's so many good videos on there on how to make good videos. Just dive in and get it done. But if you don't have the footage to work with, you're not going to make a video. So get out there, get footage. That plain and simple. Hey, James, Patriot Catfishes America. What's going on, James? How are you? What's up, James?
Fishing Stuff says, phones are my favorite. I love big cameras, but the more advanced the camera is, the more aggravated you get along the way. You know, Keith, maybe I'll message you. I know it's been a while since I did, but I'm thinking about getting a camera. I got a couple ideas. I don't know if it's worth it or not for fish. You know, here's something that I'm noticing. Fishing videos and regular like vlogger type videos are different things. I use my iPhone when I'm more in like a vlogger type scene than I do my GoPros. And when I'm out and about fishing, the GoPros seem to work better. Mm-hmm. Am I right about that? Would you agree?
Yeah, I like the camera angle too, where it's not just all your hands and, you know, my arm will block the camera when I'm reeling in with the chesty. But I like having, you know, capturing the whole moment too, like the bend of the rod. I just started putting my phone on a tripod and setting it off in the back. It won't be next week, but maybe another week. The week after, I'll have that video ready. But you'll see that. I've always liked that, seeing that in other people's videos. I still don't have the patience to sit there with my camera rolling the entire time to catch the rod going down, and then you got to go through, you know, because we fish 6, 7 hours, 10, 11 hours sometimes.
I hear you.
I'm not going through all that footage just to find the rod going down. I mean, I got to get better at that.
I'll fill up like 228 gig memory cards, man. And I have to get, you know who I have to contact? I need to contact Jeff Manning because I know he was trying to use the loop function on the GoPros. That's definitely something that I want to look into. But, you know, I also like the fact that if I'm fishing with somebody or if I come up with something off the cuff to say, I want it to look natural, I want it to sound natural, I don't want it to be scripted. So that's kind of why I still keep the camera rolling most of the time. Let's see what Keith says here.
Yeah, but what if you had the loop feature on and it recorded over something you didn't want to record it over?
No, if you have the loop, what you do is you set the loop this is my basic understanding. You set the loop feature to run and you set the time, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And I think it even goes a little longer than that. And once you get a moment you want to keep, you hit the shutter button, it saves it. It won't write over that file.
Oh, that's pretty slick.
So, but my concern is if I go to start it back up, is it going to, you know what I mean? I got to do some testing. Haven't been able to get that. I've been so busy doing a.
So what was Keith saying? I'm sorry, I totally distracted you.
Palmetto says, "Yeah, you have to remember to press the button if you catch a fish."
And the way I do it, I turn it on as I'm getting a fish. So it's kind of the same, except for I'm not getting the takedown.
Pretty much. All right, we're at. Wow, we still got 45 people in chat. This is awesome. We've been on for a little over an hour. Art, I want to thank you for being my guest tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming in. If you're not subbed to the One Ton Fishing Club, the link is in the description. If you're watching this on a replay, go down the description. Give Art and the One Ton Club some love. Give them their subs. They're good guys. They'll entertain you. They catch fish. They hang out. They do a lot of family stuff, so I know you'll enjoy it.
Check out our merch.
Oh, and his merch. Go to the One Ton Fishing Club merch store. You can. How can they find that?
It should be in our about section, and it's in
the about section. So go ahead and sub.
All of our newest videos.
Cool. Go ahead and sub, and then head over to the about section and pick up some One Ton merch. They got some cool stuff. All right, everybody. I want to say good night. I want to say God bless. Have a great weekend. Art, thank you very much for being on. I appreciate it. We'll talk to everybody next week or in somebody else's live chat. You know, I'm always there. Have a good one. All right. Thank you, Art.